And we're back, guys. It's Al Soto along with
Johnny Alonso.
Click on this show's coverage of AwesomeCon 2014 here in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, man. Hey, let's go check it out. Hey, Johnny Alonso here. I'm in Washington, D.C. for AwesomeCon. And if I don't see you in Los Angeles, if I don't see you in Sundance, for some reason I bump into you in D.C.
Here we are in D.C., you know. It was actually a 2-for-1 trip for me because I have an after-school program.
Yes.
For 17 years called the World Fit for Kids, the #1 program in all of California, and I come out here once a year to meet with the bozos here in DC, the idiots on both sides of the political fence that don't want to get my program in every single city across America, only because, well, gee, it works and it doesn't celebrate mediocrity. But anyway,
We're going to have to do Kevin, how are you?
be going on that.
Definitely not, man. Well, welcome to D.C., bro.
It's good to be here, though. It is. I love this city. I love the architecture, and this is only a second-year con. I'll tell you, it's really a good turnout.
Dude, they have over 7,000 here today.
Yeah, it's been nuts.
We've had a line of fans around the corner.
For 5.5 hours straight. It finally, you know, died out a little bit, but it's been amazing.
And thank you for giving us a little bit of your time, bro. Look, let's talk about this amazing film that's out right now. What, God's Not Dead?
God's Not Dead it's a little engine that could. It was a little $2 million movie, and they've made over $50 million on it. It's nuts. You know, but it hit the right vein. It's a really well-written script. It's from the same guys who wrote a movie I did 4 years ago called What If. So if you haven't seen What If, get it. It's on Netflix, Amazon, and you know, it's just really hit the right chord with people. It's interesting. It's like Christianity taking on the atheist, you know, and it's interesting. It's not trying to convert the atheist. It's just trying to show how really stupid their logic is.
How many theaters across the country?
It started in 780, but word of mouth now, after 5 weeks, it's on over 2,000.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
It's nuts. It's pretty cool.
Well, we just met up with Ernie Hudson. He says hello to you, by the way.
I got to get over there. I got to say hi to Ernie. Yeah.
I'm bumping into a ton of people that have been asking, you know, how things are with you. I mean, today, you have all your stuff out here. I mean, what is it? I mean, has it been positive here at AwesomeCon?
People have been great. I mean, it's just been really, and they're all very educational. They know more about my career than I do, which is interesting. But speaking of Ernie we did a movie earlier this year in Fort Worth called Gallows Road.
Yes, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, you know.
How'd it go?
You know, I just did like 4 days on it. Ernie's really the lead in it, but I had a nice little part in it, and it was the people doing it are friends of mine from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So.
Very cool. Well, hopefully you and I will be doing that other movie together.
I hope so. You know.
It's been in the works.
I hope so. I mean, the idea of it's awesome, and it's weird out there. I mean, it's tough to raise money, and that's just kind of the way it is.
Wow, the Star Wars universe has arrived here at AwesomeCon. We're here with one of the biker scouts.
Yes, sir.
And Princess Leia in slave outfit.
Yes.
And one of the Twi'leks.
Twi'lek smuggler.
Now, the Star Wars universe is very important. You guys excited about Episode 7, and will you all be making an appearance?
Oh, no, I'll be in there, trust me.
Definitely, yes.
Will you be wearing the costume again?
I may.
I think if they want the box office to go through the roof, then they need to put Princess Leia in the slave outfit again. And also Twi'lek as well.
Sure. Hopefully, yeah.
What's the most exciting thing you've seen here at the AwesomeCon so far?
We actually just walked in, so we're seeing all these amazing costumes, and that's what we've seen so far, but it looks awesome and huge.
So this chapter is going to be for all of my Star Wars fans out there that are watching Click on This. I'm Johnny Alonso. I'm here in Washington, D.C. for AwesomeCon, and I'm with the legendary, I'm going to call you that from earlier, John Warner. How are you, brother?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Force be with you.
May the force be with you. What a great turnout today, huh?
Oh, it's pretty amazing. I don't have the numbers as to how many are here, but maybe you do.
Yeah, it's tipping over 7.
Oh.
I think last year they only had about 2,000 plus per day, but now it's about 7,000. So great turn.
Good number, yeah.
Let's talk about.
I want to know.
I want to know everything. Let's talk about you and Empire Strikes Back, right?
That was the one, yeah. I was cast as Dak Ralter, as he's known, and I was Luke Skywalker's co-pilot, or weapons officer, and I did 2 days as Boba Fett, so I'm Bespin Boba, and that was the scene with Lando and Darth Vader. He's no good to be dead.
That's right. Let me ask you, where did the name Dak come from? Do you have any idea?
Well, the backstory on Dak is that he was born in captivity in Callist, which was a penal colony in the Outer Rim. And he made an escape with a guy named Breg and landed at Tirfan and flew with the Yellow Aces, the Rogue Squadron, Y-Wings, and ultimately X-Wings. So the backstory on Dak is, and his last name that was added actually after the film was Ralter. And he's pretty well known, as I understand it, in the role-playing games that were established by West End. And he's got a story that goes with the X-Wing Fighter series. But, you know, there wasn't really a backstory that was fleshed out in the original films. But all this has kind of occurred in the extended universe.
Sure. Let me ask you a question. When you were on set, I mean, how much time did you actually spend? I mean, the duration. Were you out there for the months? They were
I was there for 4 weeks, and there were a lot of technical issues that people were dealing with that had nothing to do with my scene. But I was on a daily rate, and so they had me come in every day for 4 weeks. It was pretty lucrative.
I mean, definitely.
And so that partially informed, I think, why I was able to do the Boba Fett gig, because they were paying me anyway. It was kind of like Jeremy had an opportunity to do another film, so I was able to cover for him.
Needless to say, I mean, you're about the same height.
Yeah, he's a little bit taller, but you know, at the time we were about the same weight, fit the armor, and everything worked out pretty well. And I'd worked with the first, second, and third assistants in 4 other films, and they knew me as a guy who was reliable and, you know, was a team player.
Very cool.
So, you know, they said, "Hey, John, you know, you want to do this?" And I said, "Sure."
Nice. What are you working on these?
Well, I'm basically blogging for Lucasfilm. I do blogs for StarWarsBlog.com, setting up my own website, and I'm doing a lot of tweeting on Star Wars topics. So you can come follow me with my handle, which is @TapCaf, TAPCAF. And I'm off to the UK next week for 3 appearances back-to-back. I'll be with David Prowse and Kenny Baker. And the next set of gigs are sort of lined up in the late summer. In the summertime, I row for an alumni crew at my old high school. So I'm the bowman and an 8 with a bunch of old geezers, and so that's kind of fun. And I do consulting for the Navy, so you know,
Hands dirty.
My hands are dirty. Yeah. Look at my fingernails.
So what are the chances of us seeing you in 7?
I don't think the chances are pretty good because unless they realize that Dak, his body was never found actually, and you know what the backstory would suggest is that he was retrieved from the snowbank and he was thrown into the Bacta tank. In Hoth, yeah, and revived. So, you know, he might have been out there in the Battle of Endor, but I'm not sure. So if he was there, then as an old geezer, he might be an admiral in the Rebel Navy.
Rebel Navy, right? Well, you know what, maybe we can send them some footage and we can maybe hope for the best.
Yeah. But right now, Dak is publishing his memoirs. So that's, you know, he's writing about a time, you know, in the, you know, before the Battle of Yavin.
We are looking forward to seeing all this. Any more social media you want to throw out their websites?
The website is not yet out. It should go up sometime later in the spring, and it'll be www.tapcaf.net. And it's going to be a collaborative enterprise with a guy named Nathan McClett. He was a professional gamer, and so it'll be oriented to gaming. I'll be doing blog posts and soliciting posts from other people. I got some guys in the UK, Jack McKenzie in particular, who were in a number of films with me. He was in Star Wars. And the kind of blogging that I've been doing for Lucasfilm, I'm going to be doing on my website with other people.
Oh, that's fantastic.
All right, Al Soto here at AwesomeCon. We're going to talk to Sam Ellis, the lead character designer for Archer. What's up, Sam?
Hey, how's it going? I do need to clarify. That's lead character designer from season 1.
One.
Not on the show anymore.
You
You guys on the show.
Started the ball rolling.
Oh, I was there with them at the beginning, yeah.
So how do you get your inspiration for your art?
They tell me what to draw. Like when we were designing Archer originally for the original pitch, Adam Reed said, make him look like Clive Owen. So I was like, okay. So we stuck as close as we could as possible. And then we varied later on. We got models and worked off the models' photos and just kind of brought it into the style that we had started. When we first started, I looked at a lot of like old look magazines from the 50s and 60s to see what people wore, what current advertising trends were back then, because Adam wanted the show to be 60s, but he didn't want it to be Austin Powers 60s. He wanted it to be closer to Mad Men, which is set in the 50s. But you know, when I was looking at stuff, I thought about the 1960s Spider-Man comics, because to me that was the sexy 60s. So, you know,
66.
I looked at a lot of that for reference and inspiration when we worked at it. So.
Does the actor have anything to do with the way character is drawn? Whoever's voicing the character?
For some of them, yes. For some of them, no. And I'm not going to say anything that might offend any of our actors. But like for me, I definitely look like the character that I did on the show.
Let's say so, yes. Splitting image.
John Benjamin doesn't look a lot like Archer.
I'd say Aisha Tyler certainly looks like her character.
Very much like her, and Cyril looks very much like Chris. And when we were casting, we drew people with actors in mind, definitely. You know, it's always an easier sell if someone can picture themselves in the role. So.
Other than Archer, what else do you have on your plate project-wise?
Boom Studios, they do Adventure Time. Their comic book is great, and I did a little backup story. It comes out in August. There might be some pictures in that book down there. I don't know what's down there. Oh no, that's Bravest Warriors. Up, flip back a little bit. I went, sorry. So yeah, don't give away too much. We want people to buy the book.
They gotta buy the book. They gotta buy the book.
Buy the book. Don't pause. I know this is high res. Don't pause. I'm also doing Catbug ebooks with Frederator Books, and then there's a bunch of stuff I signed non-disclosure agreements for.
We know how those are.
But man, I am so excited to see some of the stuff that are coming out, including some new shows with. I hope it gets picked up. Oh, I want to say it, but I can't. But it's with.
The suspense is killing us. But we could check out manofmissile.com.
Missile.com and rcscomic.com. All important information's on this business card. But rcscomic.com follows a webcomic I do. It also follows, we got here really quick, this is Grant Ellis. He's a filmmaker.
It's related, obviously.
A little bit, yeah. We have, yeah, that's right. But yeah, do you want to tell them what, yeah. Well, here's the thing is, we're the before and after pictures for DDP Yoga. So no,
Yes.
not really.
I'm a wrestling fan, so I know.
Don't diamond cut us, Dave. Yeah, do you want to tell them what all we have on RCS Comic?
We run a number of blogs. One focuses on geek and gaming culture in general. Another one does actual analysis on movies, games, comics, etc. From a critic's perspective, for someone in the industry or someone that's worked as an artist professionally, going from sensation to creation, experiencing art for the first time, then using it to make art of your own.
Hi, it's Kevin Sorbo, Hercules, Andromeda, and tons of other stuff. But you know what? You are so lucky. I mean, really lucky, because you're watching Click on this.
You're looking at Dak Browser, and you're watching right now Click on this.
My name's Sam Ellis. I was lead character design for Archer Season 1. You're watching Click on this show.